I believe we're live. We're live on YouTube. So you guys, Happy New Year. You know, it's funny when you miss 1 week, I feel like it's almost like missing 3 weeks. Don't y'all feel like it's been a long time since we've been up here as a boss page? I'm like, where's everybody been? Maureen, like when you boxed me the other day, I thought, I know, where is everybody? And so anyway, I hope you guys had a great Christmas. I hope you had a great New Year's and celebrated. And obviously you all made it here tonight. So you're not, getting yourself a DUI on the side of the road or anything anywhere. I laugh because some of my friends that are more my age, I'm like, yeah, I watched 2 Hallmarks with my mom. What did you do? And so anyway, so funny, right? So anyway, but I'm so excited about 2022. My basketball number in high school and in college and my softball number and any sport I ever played, my number was 22. It's like always been my favorite number. And you know how you just have one, and I don't even know, like when I got it, I don't believe I chose it. I believe they just gave it to me and it became my number, so it's going to be a great year. So if I'm going to have a great year, that means y'all are going to have a great year, right? Because we're all in this together. And so my friend, Karen Bridle, she is a top director and she is on her way to national. She has just signed her letter of intent to the company, and she's just a wonderful leader in this company, and we have used a lot of her material. And so I want to give credit where credit is due. And so she came up with this fantastic workbook. She put a lot of time and thought into it. I just thought when I read, I thought this is a lot of effort. I mean, if y'all have been with us for a little while, remember we did summer school and we went through the Mary Kay autobiography. She came up with that stuff. And then we started the original Boss Babe call way back, she came up with. And so she usually just comes up with these great things. And so this year, she came up with Boss Babe 2022 and the original Boss Babe, which is Mary Kay Ash. And so we're going to be looking at some characters of the founder of our company. Yes, the Boss Babe Warrior Girls. That was the second one. We have one before that too. But anyway, I sent the workbook out. So some of you may or may not have had time to print it out. And if you didn't, you can definitely print it out. If you're at home, print it out now. Your computer printer ain't gonna bother me. Otherwise, you can print it out later and catch up. So there's 9 lessons. And so what I did is I just printed mine out and then I just put it in a little notebook for myself so that I would have it and I can make notes on it. And then later, I might go back and refer to it, So on the first page of this, I just got to read to you the first page. So if you have your workbook, you can follow along with me because it was so good. It says, Mary Kay Ash, she was a boss babe long before the term ever even existed. She blazed a path for women back in the 60s, and lives are still being impacted by how she lived her life and how she built her company and how she touched lives. We need to show up in our world today just like she did back in 1963 throughout her whole career. The world needs what Mary Kay taught us. And y'all, Mary Kay was not some little flower she had to be bold, you guys. She was turned down by, I don't even know how many banks. Nobody would give her any money. Nobody. And so finally she took her son's savings and started the company. And, they said, you're going to lose all your money. Their husband died right before the company started. And they said, just cut your losses and be done. She's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. So if you've ever, had something, maybe you partnered with someone and then they were going to do something and you were going to do something and they were gone, you have a tendency to say, I cannot do it because that was not the plan. But she just went on and she made it work. And so we're going to learn some of the ways that she did this. So we're going to do this for 9 weeks. And as we study what our goal is for each of us to be more impactful in our business and also just make a difference in our world, just make a difference. And so it's not going to take long to see the common thread through Mary Kay's life. And it's the word belief. And so that's what you're going to see throughout these 9 lessons, the word belief. And she believed in herself. She believed in other people. And she also believed very strongly in her Lord and Savior, and not necessarily in that order. Right. And so, Mary Kay was the one, that said, put God first, then your family second, and then your career third. And so there's many, many times that she, in her autobiography, she talked about how her mother said, you can do it. And she's done that with us, you know. And so we're going to talk about that tonight for sure. And the key to Mary Kay's legacy and as a boss babe is just simply she believed that she could do anything that God set on her heart to do and set in her mind to do. Like if she could come up with it in her mind, she believed if God gave you that idea and God put that thought in your mind, that you absolutely can do it. And there's no talking her out of it. And so that's how she met all these goals. And yeah, of course, she had obstacles to overcome, just like we do, and just like we will in this company. And so the key is that's the key of the whole thing. And you want to be a boss babe who changes the world. And that's what we all strive to be. So at the bottom of the first page, it says, are you ready to step into 2022 with bigger belief? It's time to show our world as Mary Kay boss babes who believes big, works hard, and inspires others with a big, big heart. Don't you want to be known for that? I know that's something I want to be known for. So there are some prizes in the workbook. So let me go ahead and just say that, first of all, let me say, if you're watching on YouTube, I am going to post a link for the workbook in the description of this YouTube video. So you can just pull up the video and then you kind of have to scroll down a little bit and then you'll see the description and there the link will be there later today after we end this boss babe call. Okay, so you'll have the link. In there, it does show a prize. So let me just go ahead and say that prize is for directors who are doing this for their sales meeting and they want to reward their consultants with this prize for doing at least 6 of the boss babe sessions, okay, and accomplishing at least 3 of the following 4 goals: to be a Powered by Pink achiever in January by ordering at least $600, to be a Powered by Pink achiever in February by ordering at least $600 wholesale, to pamper at least 30 women in virtual or in-person appointments from January 1st to the end of February, and add 1 new team member. So if you do 3 out of those 4, okay, 3 out of 4. So here's the deal. If your director's on here, she can decide if she wants to promote that little gift to you. Okay. If you are a sales director and you need to know where to get those little mugs, you can let me know and just reach out to me. Otherwise, consultants, listen, you're going to make money. You're going to be a better person and you're going to get some fabulous training and you can go buy yourself a tumbler. So don't get all strung out about a tumbler. Okay. For my unit, you're going to get a tumbler if you do it. And I'm going to be writing down who all is on the calls. Okay. And so it's better to get on them live, but I know some people do have conflicts on Sunday night, so it's okay if you watch them on Monday as well, okay? So tonight's boss babe, I was going to wait. I was going to kind of like kick it off and then wait till next week. But I thought, nope, I'm just going to kick it off tonight and do the first week. So session 1, this is about Mary Kay's secret weapon, and we're going to talk about that. So let me tell you a couple resources that the boss babe, this series is going to do. One of them is this book that we have talked about before, and it's this book called Pass It On: What I Learned from Mary Kay by Jennifer Cook. And Jennifer Cook was Mary Kay's personal assistant for, I believe, I can't remember, somebody put in the thing how many years. I want to say like 25, 30 years, okay, till Mary Kay passed away, basically, and did not get to come to the office. She started when she was 18, and I think she retired at whatever, 50 or 60. But anyway, she wrote a book, and it's all about Mary Kay. And so we're going to use some excerpts. You don't have to purchase a book to participate, but if you would like to, it's on Amazon. And so it's called Pass It On by Jennifer Cook. The other one we're going to refer to is the Mary Kay autobiography, and a few times in this too, which this comes in your starter kit. Okay, so you should have this. If you started with an e-start, then you may need to purchase it. But ask around, you may have a beauty consultant friend that has an extra one. Because those of you that ordered the starter kit and the sample pack, guess what? You got 2 of them. So you might give it to a friend that, if you have a recruit that just did an e-start, maybe you could gift her the book. Okay, so you're going to need that. A couple other things for you to be prepared. And this is some stuff you can work on this week. Okay. One of the things is I wanted to show you is I have a little, let me just pull my little screen up here for you. Okay, so this is, what our goal is this is going to be 9 weeks to spark and increase your belief. And so this is the definition that Karen found online of a boss babe. And so I want to read it to you, and I want you to think about it a minute, okay? A boss babe is someone on a mission with a purpose. She has confidence and is disciplined and consistent. She pushes through her fears. She believes without a doubt that she can and will accomplish what she sets out to do. She makes things happen. She empowers others. She gives more. She loves more. She inspires. She does what is right. She keeps growing, changing, and adapting while going through the process. And so when you think about this, in your workbook, it talks about go through and kind of underline the phrases that kind of speak to you. And of course, when I went back through it, I underlined the whole thing. I'm like, yes, on a mission with a purpose. Okay, like when you're on a mission for something, like nothing is going to stop you when you have a purpose behind it. Okay, you have confidence, you're disciplined and consistent. Those two things right there are the fall to many a Mary Kay beauty consultant. No discipline and not consistent, right? And in times in your Mary Kay business where you have not been disciplined, like you set your mind to do something or a schedule and then you don't stick to it and you're not consistent. You do something every now and then. And guess what? Mary Kay is going to pay you every now and then when you do it that way. A boss babe pushes through her fears. What does that tell you? That every boss babe has fears, right? Every boss babe is going to have some fears. I have some fears. You have some fears. And sometimes you just have to do it anyway. And there's a book, I believe, that says do it scared, right? And so just do it scared. And once you do it once, you're not going to be scared the next time. I promise you. She believes without a doubt that she can and she will accomplish what she sets out to do. So she doesn't set up something and go, I'm going to do this. And then the back of her mind go, I probably won't do that. Okay, be like me saying to y'all, I'm going to lose 25 pounds before the next boss babe call. I mean, I can say that all day, but I'm not going to do it. I don't know, it'd be possible maybe if I cut off a couple arms or something, but otherwise it's probably not possible. So just saying it doesn't mean it. You have to say it and believe it, right? She makes things happen. So does she wait to see what happens? No. And I want to give you a good example of that. Star Consultant. We've had the Star Consultant program for a million years in Mary Kay. It's the same every quarter. Everybody knows what it is unless you're new. And if you're new, it's basically when you order $1,800 wholesale in the quarter. That's an average of $600 a month. Okay, so some people set a goal to Star. And each month they work their business to sell at least $1,200. $300 a week so that they can order at least 600, right? And be on target for their Star. And then when the quarter is over, they have done at least 1,800, unless they're going for a bigger Star, right? Now, other people go, well, I'll just see what I sell. I'll just see what happens. Maybe I'll sell enough. That'd be awesome. I'll just see what happens. So that is not a boss babe. Someone who sees what happened. A boss babe is going to make sure it happens and sets a goal. And she's going to make it happen because she's going to do enough appointments to get the goal. Okay. And then the last one I love, and these are for leaders. Okay. She empowers others. So as you build your team in Mary Kay, right, you are going to empower other people. You are going to encourage other people. They're going to look to you for guidance and really for your example. They give more. They love more. They inspire. They do what's right. They keep growing, changing, and adapting while going through the process. And so what we're going to do, and I know you're muted, but if you can see the screen big enough, I'm going to see if I can make it a little bit bigger for y'all can see it. Hang on. See if this makes it a little bit better. Okay, let's go back to that one. All right. Okay. What we're going to do, everybody will be muted. But we're going to say, instead of a boss babe is, you're going to say your name. So I'm going to say Cleta is someone who's on a mission with a purpose. Cleta has confidence. Y'all got it? So I'm going to read mine, but as I do, you're going to read your name. And I know I can't hear you, but guess what? You can hear yourself. So are y'all ready? Here we go. Cleta is someone on a mission with a purpose. Cleta has confidence and is disciplined and consistent. Cleta pushes through her fears. Cleta believes without a doubt that she can and will accomplish what she sets out to do. Cleta makes things happen. Cleta empowers others, gives more, loves more, inspires, does what's right, and keeps going through the process. Didn't that feel good? You guys, that's what you guys are. That's what you are. And so that's going to be the definition. These are the things that we strive to. Do we do this every single time? We don't, right? We wish we did, but we know we fall and we fail. But guess what? We're all learning and growing. I've been in the company for 36 years. I'm still learning and growing. I'm not the same director that I was 10 years ago or 4 years ago, or even 1 year ago, And if you are, when you stop learning, you start dying. So you've got to be continually learning. So there are a couple things that we're going to also do is there's going to be a belief scripture every single week. And this is a Bible verse, and we want you to read it, post it somewhere, and memorize it. You have a whole week to memorize 3 sentences. You can do it. I promise you. Remember when you were in school, you used to memorize a lot of things. When you get older, you stop memorizing unless it's a country music love song, right? And then you know every word of that. So don't tell it. If you have to sing it, you have to do it. So you're going to memorize the verse. We're going to do that each week. And at the end, we'll do that verse. And then at the end of every week, you're also going to utilize some of 3 of Mary Kay's favorite tools, and they're in the workbook. And one is a weekly accomplishment sheet. Okay. And it looks like, well, let me take this down. Hang on. It's in the book, but you've seen it. It looks like this, a weekly accomplishment sheet. And that's going to keep up with your sales and everything for the week. I can honestly say without any hesitation that I turned this into my Mary Kay sales director every single solitary week for the 2.5 years that I was in Mary Kay before I became a director myself. And then I stopped doing them. And I'm like, why? But actually, I have a program now that does it. And you can even on your Mary Kay, if you put all your orders in on Mary Kay In Touch, guess what? There's a place under business tools that says weekly accomplishment sheet, and you can just print it out. Isn't that awesome? So, or you can just do it on paper right here. Another one that's in the back of the thing is the 6 most important things list. Okay, so Mary Kay, and we talked about that, how Mary Kay used the 6 most important things list. Every night before you go to bed, you write down 6 important things that you're going to do for your business. Okay, for your business. Now, if you have other things to do, that's fine. Get you another little pad of paper. This is for your business. So I want you to write 6 things down for your business. And it doesn't include, number 1 is not think about my Mary Kay for an hour. It is not think. I mean, like you do want to think about your Mary Kay, but that is not on the to-do list. We think about Mary Kay 24/7, don't we? So it's things you really want to do and make it where you can do them. If you haven't been calling any customers at all, or maybe you haven't set up a customer group yet, or maybe you haven't ever sent a customer e-card, just put that down. I mean, something towards your business. A booking call would be awesome, right? Book someone for the next time your director does an interview or a sales meeting, whether it's a virtual or in person, get some guests. So there's lots of things you can do for your Mary Kay business, okay? And then the last one is this one, and it's called a weekly plan sheet, okay? And then a weekly plan sheet is different than your planner because it's just something that it goes from 6 o'clock at night to 11 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. And you would just take this and you would plan out your week. And they have like 1 hour time blocks. And it's something that Mary Kay used to have us do and make 2 copies of it. One of them we had on our desk, and the other one we put somewhere where the family could see it, like on the refrigerator or whatever. Because if you have children or things like that, and they are trying to say, Mama, can you do this? Mama, can you do that? You're like, well, let's go to the weekly planner. And on the weekly plan sheet, this does include everything. So if you work another job for 8 hours and you cannot do Mary Kay on the job, which most of the time you can't, then you're going to put an X, through your other job, and then, but if you have an hour lunch hour, maybe there's something you can do in that hour lunch hour, right? But you'll find even with a 8-hour work day, you can win a car, become a sales director, because guess what? I did, and many of these other directors did too. Okay. So those are the things that Mary Kay wants us to use. So they're in the thing for you. Okay. And then the other thing that I'm going to tell you is, okay, on a couple of things just to kind of get ready that you're going to need. All right. One of them is a Mary Kay starter kit bag. Now, obviously, if you just signed up and you have a starter kit bag, then you got one. But some of you did do the e-start. And so the starter kit bag is, I meant to grab it right here, but it's a black bag, has Mary Kay on it. And Karen recommended having even an extra one, which I have an extra one, take it to work, take it to the gym, take it to Panera when you're meeting a customer, do your deliveries out of it. And it's a very it shows your boss babe image. You're going to look like a businesswoman. It's kind of like carrying your briefcase. Okay. The second thing is a 2022 date book. And every good boss babe needs a planner. Now you can get, Mary Kay used to sell them, and now we don't. So you got to get your own. So you can do one simple like this one. Stephanie DeMar gave me this one, right? How appropriate. And it's just a simple one. Okay. It's got like a little thing for every day. All right. Or I also have this one. This is a Bad Mama Jamma one. This is the one that Pamela Waldrop Shaw does. She's a national sales director called Design Your Life. And on this one, it has like, every day has a big old page, of what to do. And it's more Mary Kay related. And so if you're interested in this one, let me just tell you where to get it. Let me see. I should know that. I know some of the directors know, so just put that in there. It's the 90-day planner by Pamela Waldrop Shaw. And I know there's a link to where she sells them. And she can get them. And it was approved by Mary Kay, by the way. But whatever date book, you don't have to have a special date book, but you have to have one. Okay. The next one that we're going to suggest is a three subject spiral notebook. Just a spiral notebook. What is a spiral notebook? Okay. This is a spiral notebook. Y'all remember you hadn't been in school a while. And it's got 3 subjects, right? So it has 3 little tabs. This does not have 3 tabs, but I meant to grab one. But anyway, and so on the first tab, the first section is going to be your booking list. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep an up-to-date list of women that that come to your mind that you are working to book, that who you need to share your products with. Okay. And you're going to have it in the car everywhere you go. You see someone, you drive like, oh, there's Samantha. I have not seen her since high school. You know what? I ought to call her. Boom. She's on your booking list. People, that's your list. Okay. Your list of names. The second section is going to be faces. And every month you're going to start a new page and list every single face you do. Every single face you do, either in person or virtual. Maybe you sent her samples, or maybe she was did QVC style and she watched and participated with you. Okay. Can you count it if they watch and you never hear from them again? You don't talk to them, you don't follow up? No. You can't count those people. They're just like, you don't even know if they really watched it. Right. So you want to count people that you follow up with. Okay. And then the third section is going to be team member prospects. And these are women that you think, hey, she'd be really good. And you can have a new page for each prospect. And why would you do that? Because let's say Latrice Mahalik is on my page. She's my prospect. So I'll write her name up there. And then maybe I go to her Facebook page because I need to know a little bit more about her before I meet up with her and go, oh, okay, her daughter just had a baby. Okay, right. Her husband's a farmer. And I just write some notes about Latrice so that I don't, I have something to say to her, right? And so then when I have an interview with her or talk to her, career chat, then I have some things to say to her. And then I'm going to make notes while I talk to her. And if I'm in person, I'm even going to take my notebook and make notes while I'm there. And I'm going to say, Latrice, is it okay if I just jot down a few things? I've got several people I'm talking to, and I just don't want to forget any of your important details, and I'm going to just jot down some things about her, right? And I'm going to follow up. Was it a yes? Was it a no? Did she say, call me next month? Did she say, I'm going through something right now, but maybe in March? Whatever she says, and you're going to make a note. So every page is going to be a prospect, okay? So that's that notebook, and you're going to keep it everywhere you go, all right? One of the things she said is to create and update your smartphone. And you know what? I think this is a great idea. And it's according to what kind of phone you have, I know. But you know how you can create albums with your pictures. And you can have an album, and you can put an album that says like Mary Kay products. And you can put pictures of products that you can share easily when you're doing a live, or you're doing, maybe you just need to text somebody some pictures, maybe, of different pictures and ideas. Like you see something cute, just a little album that you can keep that in. And then another album might say virtual album. And this would be an album that has like your set sheets. It has like anything like that, like maybe even 24, 24, 24, some different ideas that you can pull up easy to share on a virtual appointment. And then the other one is a team building album. And this would be maybe picture of the starter kit, what comes in it. When you see these little cute pictures that you can share with someone when you're trying to share the business plan, have them right there so that you can get to it real quick. Instead of saying, I need to find a picture of the starter kit. Anybody got a picture of the starter kit, right? You've had a picture of the starter kit if you've ever talked to anybody about it. So save it on your phone so you can find it easy. And so I thought that was a really good tip. And then to take inventory of your makeover supplies for your parties, your full-size products, which like I have right here, that I have a travel roll-up bag, and I have all the full-size products that I use for a party. I got a debut party later tonight. And so look at that. Are any of them getting empty? Like I was doing that today, and I thought, that's about empty. Like I need to go through and kind of just refresh my bag, right? Make sure I've got everything I need for in-person party. And you know, let me just tell you, this is something that if you do a lot of parties that we have found been very helpful. You have your starter kit bag, but if you buy a travel roll-up bag for yourself and put your sample products in the roll-up bag, it's just so easy to work out of, you guys, instead of digging in your bag. I promise you, you'll love it. And then your bag, you can actually put it in, you know, roll it up and put it in your starter kit bag, or just hold it separately. And in your bag, you have other things. The other thing is you want to check on to make sure you have enough of is the things that you have to purchase for in-person facial, like cotton balls. Make sure you have washcloths, that you have enough of the little applicators for your parties, like the sponge tip applicators, mascara applicators, some lip applicators, and things like that too. You might want to pick up some headbands, Q-tips, you know, ink pens. Just make sure you got everything you need. What's so cool is when you do this one time, then if someone says, hey, can you come over and give me a facial? You don't go into panic mode. Like, can I call you right back? Instead, you're like, sure, you're ready. You have your bag. It's ready to go. And, you know, it's just good to refresh it. It's a new year. The other thing you want to check is your samples. And, you know, I showed you, which I don't have that door open right now, but my shoe bag with all my samples in it. And look at that. So if you're doing virtual appointments where you're mailing out a sample packet, and so that they're going to be trying it and you're going to go live on Zoom or something, look and see, what are you low on? Because it's funny, you look up there, I say up there, wherever you have your samples, and you think, yeah, I got plenty. And then you have a party and there's 10 people that need a packet, and you're like, okay, I don't have plenty. I'm out. So look and see what you need. And then that's something you can place an order. Make sure that you do an invoice that says, like on the products you're using for demo, that you say demos, because you can write that off. And any of your samples, of course, will be on section 2, and you will write that off too. And any your receipts from the Dollar Tree or wherever you get your cotton balls, Q-tips, and stuff like that, you can write off as well. Okay. And then the last one is note cards and stamps. You know, you may want to stock up on some note cards and stamps. And this is so you're ready to appreciate, celebrate, and inspire your customers or your team members, and have them ready to go. You know, recently I went on, you don't have to do this, but I want to show you what I did. I went on MK Connections, and I just purchased, because I thought they were so cute, you know, some of these little Mary Kay note cards, and then see from the desk of, and just the back's just pink, and it has envelopes that go with it. So if I need a quick little note to someone, it's cute, it's pink, it's professional, and they're like, wow. Okay, so you can order those, or you can go to Amazon and get you some cheap and just send them and just say you're a boss babe or something. They have a company called, what's that pink company, you guys? Y'all know we get a lot of stuff from it. Pink something other. Somebody put it in the chat. I know y'all know. Pink Printing. Thank you very much. Pink Printing. They have a ton of cards you can order too. Okay. Okay. So the first 30 minutes was gearing you up. Are y'all ready? Now the next 30 are going to be our first lesson. All right. And so y'all got some good homework to get yourself ready for this week. Okay. Because we're going to have a great 9 weeks. I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. All right. And so the first one is Mary Kay's secret weapon. And her secret weapon is her big, big, giant belief. And it was her belief in herself, her belief in people around her, her belief in God. And that is the most important thing. And I think her belief is what fueled her own Boss Babe achievements. It is also what inspired people around her to step out on faith as well. Have you ever had someone where you were kind of nervous about doing something? All right, all of you, okay? I want you to think back to when they used to have high dives at swimming pools. I don't think they have high dives anymore. But when we used to go to the girls' club, boys' club, whatever, and we go swimming, they had a high dive. And even over here where I live at Country Club, they had a high dive. And the first time you climb up on that high dive, I mean, well, first of all, you look at it and you're like, I'm not sure about that. And then your brother or your sister, your older brother or sister or a friend, they just scurry right on up that high ladder and they go and then they run and scream and they didn't die. And you're like, okay. And then you might even be called chicken or something if you don't try. But most of the time, if you see someone else do it and they survived, right, then you believe that you could do it, right? And so by you achieving goals, you guys, it's going to help someone else achieve a goal. It really will. And so I want you to think about it. By you stepping out on faith, it's going to help other people step out on faith. And so people really felt Mary Kay's belief in them. And one of her favorite phrases, as I told you before, was, I know you can do it. I know you can do it. And she often said this to everyone. And so I want you to think about a time. Well, let's do this. First of all, you're going to define the word belief. So I looked up the word belief. I looked up the word belief on I asked Siri, what does the word belief mean? And so this is what I looked up. And it says it is an acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists, something one accepts as true or real, a firmly held opinion or conviction, trust, faith, or confidence in someone or something. Okay. So you truly believe. I believe that the sun is going to come back up in the morning. I mean, I truly believe that when I get up, it probably will be already up. When Selah gets up, she believes as she's walking in the dark at 4 o'clock in the morning that the sun will rise at some point. But for me, when I get up, I believe that it's going to be up. Okay. And so, those are some things that you're like, oh, that's easy. We know that's going to happen, right? So I want you to think about believing in yourself. Okay. And in the workbook, it says to rate yourself on your belief level in yourself, 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 10 being, I can do anything. I believe in myself big time. And 1 is, I'm a loser. I don't believe in myself at all. None of y'all are losers because let me tell you something. People that are losers, they don't even sign up to sell Mary Kay or anything else, right? Because they would not take a chance. They wouldn't even take a chance that they could do something different. Or y'all know any direct selling company that people sign up for, don't you think that they have to have a little something in them to think, I believe I can do it? Because you don't ever sign up to say, I'm going to sign up, but I'm probably not going to make it. Well, why would you even do that? That don't even make sense, right? So I know that there is a belief in you, and you're going to build your belief. And if you're like me, since you've been in the company, your belief has risen. And every time you do something awesome, it might just be awesome to you, right? Like the first time I had a party, I only sold $23. It wasn't very awesome, but it was pretty awesome to me because I only made $4.05 an hour at my job. And that party took me 2 hours. So I made $11. I made $5.75 an hour. And I'm like, score, I'm winning, right? And then, of course, by the end of the week, I'd sold $400. That was big for me. And so, every time you do a party, your belief is going to get better on parties. Every time you do a career chat, your belief is going to rise. And every time you sign up a new team member, your belief is going to rise, right? Y'all know that that's the truth. So I want you to rate yourself. And then hopefully by the end of our 9 weeks, you can give yourself a higher number. Okay. And, I put myself, I do believe in myself, but I did put a 9 because when I think of big, big goals that I have for myself this year, I need to raise my belief. I know myself that I need to raise my belief level on some of my big goals. I really do. And I need to be okay. I need to be not okay with missing it. Does that make sense? Like if you have a goal and you go, but if I don't, it's fine. That's not really a good goal for you. It needs to be, you're going to cry your eyes out if you don't do it. Okay. So I want you to think about that. Okay. Both believing in yourself and not believing in yourself greatly affect your business. So what would you say? And you can put this in the chat if you want to. And by the way, for those on YouTube, thank you, Maureen, for that planner. Just because I didn't put it on here, she put is Pamela Shaw, www.pamelashaw.com. I'm sorry, www.pamelashaw.pink. That's where that planner is if you want a big fat planner. Okay, so I want you to put in the chat, when you don't believe in yourself, when you are not believing in yourself, okay, how does that affect your business when you're not believing in yourself? Okay, and you just type it in there. When I don't believe in myself, I blank. Okay, and so I'm going to read some of them that come up here, like get stagnant. That's a good one. Who else has something? When you're not believing in yourself. And I'll look over here too. Zero production and no growth, right? Okay, stop moving forward. You're not motivated. You don't work as hard. Someone put, I suck. Just tell it like it is, right? I sleep and get depressed. I don't do anything. All right. Those are great. I mean, and honestly, don't you hate even typing that out? It's just like, I don't want to be that way, right? So Katie said nothing happens. Fear takes over. Some of the things I wrote down is, when I do not believe in myself, I start doubting other people too. I doubt other people. I doubt myself. I doubt my systems, and I'm negative. Nobody, and do any of y'all realize when you, like, after you've been negative and then you're like, I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be that way. But I know that the words that I just said were a big old bunch of negativity, right? And so I think we have to watch what we say. And a lot of times when we start doubting ourselves, then everything goes to pot, right? And so, but when you fully believe in yourself, now, right, we're going to end on a good note, right? Tell me in the chat, when you fully believe in yourself, what do you do? When you fully believe in yourself, tell me what you do. And I'm going to read them out. Okay, you start calling people. That's good. You start sharing the product. What else, you guys? Kick butt and take some names, make things happen. You empower others. You go for it. You soar. You start recruiting. That's exactly right. You thrive. You have tons of appointments on your books. Very good. You don't think about it. You just do it. You're happy and kind to everybody. That's true. You're focused. You're tuned into others. You're filled with joy. You feel powerful. You take charge. You accomplish more than you ever thought you would. I'm getting excited right now. Are y'all? You're more outgoing. You start calling people. I mean, I want y'all to think about all these things. Huge confidence. I used to say, when I had my game on, I'm like, you can't talk to me. And then nothing you can say negative to me about Mary Kay, because I am so fired up. I would just think, you just confused. Like, you could not shake what I had going on. So when you believe in yourself, it brings everybody else up too. It really does. Someone said, I smile brighter. I tell other people I'm a Mary Kay skincare consultant. We are all rock stars. Confidence grows. Joy grows. Make new friends because I'm excited to talk to new people. That's so true. You're excited to talk to new people. You're more productive with income producing activities. You set the world on fire. I love that. We shine God's light on everyone. What I put is, when I believe in myself, I fully expect to reach the goals I set for myself. I work as if it's done already. I don't worry about it every night. I just believe in the assignment that I have and the efforts that I know that I'm going to make, that I'm going to get there. So I go to bed with a clear conscience. I'm not like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Oh, what if these dumb people? No, I'm like, oh, I'm doing it. And I'm going to give you an example of that. When we were on target to win the pink Cadillac Plus, okay, and all the boss babes that have been with us for a little while, that was last year from October to March, October 2020 to March 2021. And, it was the COVID era, right? I guess it still is. But anyway, and I thought, your unit has to do at least 20,000 wholesale each month to accomplish that goal. And so I thought, all right, I hadn't been doing 20,000 every month. And I thought, I know if I just sit around and dream and hope, this is not going to happen. And so I'm telling you the month before it started, I ordered me a poster, a big one, a big old poster, and I colored it in, and my unit saw it, and I saw it. And I'm telling you, I was like a dog with a bone, like, I am doing it. And y'all, we did it and I just did not let myself, I did not want to play catch up. You know what I mean? So I just thought, this is what I'm doing. This is what I got to have. And if I have to increase it, like I need to get the recruits to get there. My team will rise when I rise. Okay. So when you really have a goal like that, let's say you're not in a red jacket right now, you don't have 3 active team members. You know what? You set that goal and say, I'm going to have my 3 active by the end of the month. I am going to. It's only a matter of probably 10 to 15 conversations with sharp women. That's it. Probably less for most of y'all. Probably less, But if you set your mind and then you have your piece of paper with your prospects and you're like, okay, here I go. Here I go. I'm going to start talking to people. You'll get them. You will absolutely get them. Okay. What does Mary Kay, her you can do it attitude or outlook mean to you? And what I put on there is, this is an example that I thought of you can do it when other people say you can do it, okay, or you can do it attitude. I remember playing basketball. If any of you play sports, you can probably remember if you played any kind of sport, or maybe you were like on a dance team or a cheerleader, or maybe you were on the debate team or an actress in high school at a one-night play. I don't know. Maybe you did something. But anyway, the first time you had to do something that people were counting on you to do, and it was a little difficult and you've never done it before, you're nervous. You're nervous. I remember when I played basketball, and I'm not even joking. We would go out we would run out on the court. We would practice a little bit, and then we'd all go to the locker room, get all hyped up, and then they would play this song, and then we would run out. We'd go all around the whole thing. We do this little warm-up thing. And I promise you, every single solitary game I played, I would have to go to the restroom, excuse me, just telling you like it is, before the practice, before we even warmed up at all. Then after the locker room, I would go, and then we would run out, and I would have to go back because my stomach would get so nervous. I'm not kidding you. And so, that's how it was. And I can remember being up there at the free throw line. And if I made it, we won the game. And if I missed it, we lost the game. That's pressure, you guys. But when the coach says, I know you can do it. I believe in you. I believe you can do it. You hit 70% free throws in practice. I know you can get up there and hit that. I know you're going to make it. Did I make it every single time? No. But guess what? I made it enough that I felt that success. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be scared. I'm just going to get out there and do it. And so with Mary Kay, you may miss a goal every now and then, but you'll get back up and you'll play the next game. But by your coach, which is your sales director, which is your recruiter, people encouraging you, then it's going to give you that confidence. And I think about Maureen Fraser, who's on here. She's a newer director. And I remember when I saw Maureen, just got to know her. And I just saw her, I thought, that girl's a sales director. I don't even know if she was in a red jacket. She might have been. And I thought, she is a director. She's going to do it. And she's like, you think so? I'm like, yes, I do. Let's get it done. And in my belief in her, I had no wavering on my belief in Maureen. And just something about her, I just could tell. I'm just telling you. And I'm like, she's going to do it. Because I noticed things about her. She was a woman of her word. When she said she's going to show up, she showed up. She got on there. She was professional. She was prepared. She was well-spoken. And I thought, she is going to do it. She is, and she did. And so, Maureen, you know how proud I am of you. And so there's times that people are going to speak into you when you really can't see it yet. And instead of rejecting it, I want you to learn to receive it. Just receive it. Because sometimes they see stuff that you can't see yet. But if you think, well, she's not just saying it. I mean, I don't say it to everybody, but when I say it, I mean it. And you need to say what you mean and mean what you say too. So I want you to just think about that and what that you can do it attitude, how you could portray that to your customers even. How could you portray a you could do it attitude to your customers? If y'all can think of something, you can put it on here. And one thing that I thought about, have you ever facial somebody who has never worn eyeshadow ever? Maybe never even wore glamour at all. Okay. And then you show her and she goes, I don't know. I just feel like I got too much on. And I'm like, I promise you look good. Just try it. Just put some mascara on and then tomorrow put some lipstick on and call me and don't say anything to anybody and call me and tell me or text me of what people say at work. Okay. Just tell me. And I'm telling you guys, that next day, that woman will text me and go, you won't believe it. Or she'll say, everybody could not believe what, and just kept complimenting me and say, what did you change? You changed your hair? No. Did you get new glasses? No. Well, there's something about you, and you, as the Mary Kay beauty consultant, can give your customers that confidence. Have you ever had a customer buy like a clear proof set and it clear their face up? And they're like, oh my gosh, I can't even thank you enough, So you can do an attitude can go to your customers. And of course it can go to your team members, right? It can go to your team members when you encourage them. And when they're feeling afraid or you see them starting to slip, okay, reach out. Don't let them get all the way to the end of the barrel and go, oh, well, next, because they signed up because they like you. People don't sign up on somebody's team they don't like. I'm here to tell you that. They're like, I like her. She's cool. I think she'll support me. So you know what? Do you have to do their business for them? No, you do not. But you want to encourage them. How can you encourage someone these days? Excuse me. How can you encourage someone, new recruit these days? One of the things you could do is, let's say you have a new team member and you set her up, help her set up a customer group page. Okay. So she invites as many friends that she knows that she can put in that customer group. So she could have her first debut party, a virtual one. One of the things you could do is you could post in her group for her every now and then. You could comment on anything that she posts. You could comment, you could like it, you could love it. You could you don't have to get on every single live she does, but as much as you can, go and check her out and tell her what she's doing right and give her some encouragement. It really makes a difference. I try to, with my consultants, when they sign up someone, I make sure their recruiter is on their new consultants group page so that they can have input. Because guess what? Customers don't know if it's your recruiter, your director, or just another customer, right? And activity helps other people see it, right? So you want to encourage them and build them up. Answer the phone when they call you. If they call you, if they call you 10 jillion times a day, you may want to set up Voxer, Voxer. All the Mary Kay world uses this app. Okay. You can also use it on your computer. It's Voxer with the V.com. You can set it up on your computer and look at it there. Voxer is great because it's a way that, like, let's say you have a long question and I'm in the middle of something and I cannot take your call. You could say, hey, Cleta, when you get a chance, this is what I'm trying to do. Blah, 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 blah. Now, don't leave no 10-minute Voxer message because that's too much. But you could leave a 2 or 3 minute one, let's talk to your girlfriend. Then, I have girls that, sometimes they're like, all right, that was 10 minutes. But the good thing on Voxer, it has a speed up button. So I can actually times it by 3 and hear like a mouse on there, like Mickey Mouse. But I can hear everything you say. But anyway, Voxer is a great thing. We have a Boss Babe Voxer group. And so it's a lot of fun. And you just see things before it's posted on Facebook and stuff like that. But anyway, that's a great way to communicate with your team too, is what I'm saying. And a lot of people have a little group like that. And of course, yes, you can use Facebook Messenger and things like that as well, for sure. But I'll just tell you, the Mary Kay world uses Voxer, and then we can forward Voxer messages from top directors and nationals straight to our group. And it makes it really nice that you can't really do that type forwarding as easy like on Messenger and things like that. Okay. So just to kind of wrap it up, okay, there are 5 things that every week we're going to have you write down 5 things. And it says, as a boss babe, I believe I can. And then you're going to write down 3 to 5 specific things that you can do to build your business and your belief this week. 3 to 5 specific things. So if you don't have your workbook, just write down 1 through 5. I believe I can. And that what you're going to do this week. And so look at them and what can you do to build your belief, And so I don't mind sharing mine with you. Sharing sometimes makes you accountable, doesn't it? And so I just wanted to I put 1 is to read my Bible daily and journal. And I am reading through the book of Acts right now. 2 is write 5 notes with my cute little note cards to some team members. 5 is write 5 notes to my top 5 customers for 2021. I kind of did a thing on my customer group and I listed my top 100 customers. And it's so great because a lot of those girls, I didn't even tag them. They go, oh, I love you being my beauty consultant. Thank you, Cleta. And like, I don't know if they want to be number 1 or 2. Now, I did not put how much they bought, because they might be embarrassed to know that, they spent $2,800 with me last year when they could be a beauty consultant, and don't think I hadn't tried to recruit every single one of them. But anyway, so I'm going to write 5 notes to them, to my top 5, and I'm just going to thank them for their business. I'm just going to thank them. My number 4 is invite 5 guests to the meeting. We're having a live meeting on Monday night, and next Monday night. And so I want to invite 5 guests for that. And then number 5 is invite 5 to listen to a call. I'm doing a marketing call Wednesday night. And so I want 5 guests, invite 5 people to listen to that. So as you can see, I didn't put that I'm going to do 40 faces this week. Okay. But I put some things that honestly, I have not. I do read my Bible every day, but the other stuff I'm not doing. Like, it's been vacation and I need to get back on the horn, and this will make me do those simple things. So yours may look different than that. You may go, I can do 40 notes, and that's fine. Do whatever you want to do. But do something, write something down that you're going to do. Okay. I probably shouldn't even have read mine, because then you definitely can go higher than that. And I probably could knock all that out like tomorrow. I mean, let's just be real. I can knock every bit of that out tomorrow. So maybe that's what I'll do, and then get some new goals for the next day. But anyway, I want to share with you the Bible verse that for the week. Okay. Okay. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Hang on. Okay. So this is the Bible verse for the week, and it's in the workbook. Okay. So it's Mark 9:23-24. And let me just give you a little backstory on this. This is where a man asked Jesus. He said his son was sick, and that he knows Jesus is really busy, but he knows that if you can, I know that you could heal him. And so, without even being there, just saying the word, and so Jesus came back, and the verse is, he said, if you can, said Jesus, everything is possible for one who believes. And then immediately the boy's father exclaimed, I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief. Okay. And this is a great verse for all of us, because we do believe, right? We do believe we can do stuff. And then they were like, help me overcome my unbelief, because there's times we don't believe. And so that's the verse that I want you can print it out, type it out, print it. You can go to, if you have a Bible app, you can go to the Bible app and you can look at this verse. You can highlight it and do a little picture, a little pic collage, and put it on your phone where you can look at it. You could even post it somewhere and say, this is my verse for the week. Maybe post it to your customer group and say, I'm doing a Bible verse every week if y'all want to join me. That's okay. Doesn't always have to be about Mary Kay, right? And post that in there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that'll be a great thing to do with your customer group. And so this is the verse for the week that you're going to memorize and have it posted. Just read it every single day. And then you're going to fill out at the end of the week this weekly accomplishment sheet. And I'm sorry for the coughing. I got something in my throat. Okay, and so you're going to fill out the weekly accomplishment sheet. You're also going to fill out the weekly plan sheet. You want to do that weekly plan sheet tonight. Okay, do that tonight to plan your week, what you got going on this week. Okay, and then you can put it in your date book as well. But just that one page, real simple, and put what you got going on this week. Okay, and then tonight before you go to bed, do your 6 most important things list. Okay, now in the workbook, there was only one page of that 6 most important things list. So obviously, you're going to print it out more than one time, right? And the weekly plan sheet. And if you want a better copy, you can go to Mary Kay In Touch, and these forms are on there. I believe you can even just type in weekly plan sheet and you can find them and print them out there. Because I don't know on mine, they printed a little bit light, but I could be like out of ink. I don't know. So that's today's lesson. I know that is a lot of me talking, but thank you for all of your chat and everything that you contributed on there. And next week we're going to talk about what are we going to talk about next week? And I'll be honest with you, I'm just doing 1 week at a time. I'm going to focus on the belief this week, and then I'm going to study up on the other one. It's enthusiasm. Enthusiasm makes a difference. And so we'll be going through any of that. So if you have any questions, y'all can put them in the chat. Let me just look on here. Okay, great. Awesome. Let me look over here on my little YouTubers. Oh, we've got a bunch of YouTubers over here. Thank you. Awesome. Great conversation over there too. So thank you for all of you joining us today. Listen, I need y'all to do me a favor. I am going to, let me just open up the whole gallery here. because there are a bunch of people on here. And so your sales director needs to know, we need to know if you listen to lesson 1. So take out your little smartphone and text her right now and say, I listened to lesson 1. Now you may be looking at me and go, Cleta, you're looking at me. I realize that. But if you would just do that for me, and then tomorrow I can write all the names down. Actually, you know what? You don't have to do it for me because I actually can screenshot this whole page. Boom. But if your name isn't on there, you're going to have to tell me. All right. Because I'm screenshotting the YouTube chat and I'm screenshotting that. Okay. And some of the YouTube girls were saying, where can I get the notebook? After this post on YouTube, I'm going to go back and in the description of the YouTube video, I am going to post the link to the notebook. Okay. So if you don't see it tonight, look tomorrow. Sometimes I can't add to it until a little bit later. As a matter of fact, I've got my unit meeting right after this, and then I have a debut party right after that. So it'll be after 10:30 Eastern time, and I'll put it on there, but it will be on there in the morning, by in the morning. Okay. And so for tonight, I'm going to go ahead and stop our YouTubers.